Welcome in, everybody. I am having a mathematical conversation with Krystal here,
Hello.
and we're going to be working on, well, she's going to be showing us how to simplify expressions with fractions. So, Krystal, we've done simplifying algebraic expressions, but fractions, they're a little bit different.
This is a simplifying algebraic expressions with fractions.
Oh,
And what happened was I sent this problem to a lot of my students, probably to 150 something students. And I had students who were like, how do I do this? What am I supposed to do? So I wanted to create a podcast, a short podcast, just to show them how to do it because it may be on their test when they get ready to take their GED math exam.
Makes sense. So let's go ahead and go to our notebook page to see how to simplify expressions when we have fractions in the question. So we should be seeing the iPad tablet here. And Krystal, I'll leave it to you.
Perfect. So the problem that I did was -3/4 times 16x minus 12y plus 12x. And they wanted, the directions were, what is the value of this expression when x equals -3 and y equals -2? One thing I tell my students all the time is to simplify it first. I have some bold students who like to put in the x's, the numbers for x's and the numbers for y's first before they simplify. Sometimes they get the answer right, sometimes they get it wrong, but I am going to simplify first, and then I am going to input my values where my variables are.
I agree. I think you should just make it simple. Simplify is all about making it simple so that's easier to solve.
So the first thing I want to do is multiply -3/4 times 16x. If I turn -3/4 into a decimal, it's 0.75. So 0.75 times 16, actually it's a -0.75 times 16 is going to get us -12x. Then I'm going to do -3/4 times -12y. A negative times a negative equals a positive. So -3/4 as a decimal is 0.75 again, times 12 gives us 9. And because both of them are negative, your answer is going to be positive. So positive 9y plus 12x.
So you're saying that we can just turn that 3/4 into a decimal and multiply?
If you have a smooth decimal, yes, do that. 1/3, 2/3, those are not smooth decimals. Those are repeating decimals. So if you're going to turn it into a decimal, then keep it as a repeating decimal. But for 3/4, that's 0.75. And it's just much easier to do it that way.
Makes sense.
So as I look at my problem, I have -12x plus 9y plus 12x. I have like terms, -12x and positive 12x. 12 minus 12 is 0. That cancels each other out, and I'm left with 9y. And my rule says y equals -2. So wherever I have a y, I'm going to put a -2. 9 times -2 is -18, and -18 is my answer. So this is one of the reasons why I say simplify first, because I didn't have to deal with the x. They canceled each other out once I got to my simplification. And all I had to do is deal with 9y. So as you go through this problem, as you work problems like this, I will send one again via email. Make sure if you cannot do anything inside your parentheses, as you can see, I had an x and a y. I cannot combine that x and y. So I had to distribute that -3/4 across everything inside the parentheses. So multiplying -3/4 times 16x, multiplying -3/4 times -12y, and then I brought my values down and I simplified it, put my -2 where y is, and I got -18, and that's the answer.
That's the answer.
Yes.
And that was simple.
Super simple.
So simplify, make it super simple, and then solve.
Yep.
Can you give us a challenge to do? And they can drop their answers in the chat box to win a $25 Amazon gift card.
Yes.
Our last winner was Yesenia.
No, it wasn't Yesenia.
Yeah, hi.
Zoraida.
Zoraida. Congratulations, Zoraida. Let's see who's going to win this time. Here is your challenge. Okay, can you read that to us, Krystal?
Yes, we have 2/5 times 15y minus 10x minus 6y. Solve, simplify, then solve for y equals 3, x equals -3.
The challenge is on. When you have the answer, be sure to drop it in the chat box and also like and subscribe to our channel so that you can stay in the know with our math. Make sure you continue moving math.